Speaking of speaking of Lakeside City, the expectations for the staff are high. Shout out to Seekant from the production team helping OBT clean up his spilled water as we get the next team. Nito, take it away.
Dragonfruit, and we see a lot of well-known names from competitive Splatoon. Fusion, if you don't know them, they do a lot of production on the side of Ink TV. You actually believe they're also one of the analysts, or at least commentators for Ink TV. Marsh actually plays a bit of Smash Brothers as well, and Rissa as well, I believe, also did a bit of Ink TV work. So lots of knowledge there on the side of Dragonfruit, but looking at the other side, there's a lot of competition there. Some Xpresso plus Storm there. Xpresso making themselves one of the up-and-coming mid-level teams, especially Tuster, Pincher, and Narito, making a lot of waves so far. So we can expect a very tight matchup here between the two teams.
Yeah, honestly, I was looking forward to the set as soon as I pulled up the bracket for our block of commentary. Dragonfruit, again, man, people like Fusion, Lux, and Rissa are LAN, and again, mid and high-level people, natives, bro. They know what it takes to play at this level. Fusion being, I want to say DNA. But again, man, a very strong team coming from that side. And on the opposing side, Xpresso plus Storm. Again, man, like you said, Tyuster, Pincher, and Arito. Again, members of Xpresso. No Herman, unfortunately, but they got Storm to sub in. You know, I guess that's okay. You know what I mean?
And we should mention there are about 7 Storms in competitive Splatoon.
Dude, for real, bro.
So I don't know if this is Storm T-Tech, Storm Ballpoint, Storm...
Whatever it is. Hey, I got to give a shout-out to my boy Pincher, bro. We were on the Hater Squad last year. Shout out to them, bro.
Goodness.
I know we're all on different teams. My first team without Boshin. But, yeah, man, Tony is crazy, man. That's why he's waving to me. Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, man. Pincher, man, they go hard. This whole team is just people that got hands on both sides. There's so many hands on stage right now, man.
And I have a little bias towards Pincher just because he's from the DFW area. So, hey.
Dude, no bias at all from this commentary block. But, hey, Ty Euster also, man, making an appearance from the good old Canada. I know it was quite a fight. I know Devi's another Canadian that's in the building. I'm sure there are others that I am unaware of. But, yeah, man, this should be a clash of the Titans for this block, honestly, man. I feel like if I had to give a slight advantage, it might go to the side of Dragonfruit, just looking at who's on that roster. You know, people like Lux and people like Rissa and people like Fusion. But I feel like, man, you cannot count Xpresso plus Storm out, man. It should be an absolute slobber knocker. I don't think we're going to see a 3-0 or a 3-1. So, again, really good set coming up for y'all. And they're actually loading in pretty quickly, unlike that first set. I don't know what happened between
that's very
that first
quick,
set.
actually. They've got... 7 out of 9?
The 9 or 10, I don't know, man. There's some people that we're just waiting. Again, it's just hard to get it going sometimes, y'all. Anyone that's been to a LAN can vouch for that. You try to get your stuff ready and try to get your comm volume right. Make sure your mic's not muted. Be like, hey, how close my mic need to be to my face? You know, that kind of thing. It's hard. It's hard sometimes. Like I said, part of the game. Looking at the maps for this round, it's going to be Clan Blitz on Mako to start. I feel like a classic map for Splatoon 3.
Oh, yeah.
And Splatoon 2, man. And Mako being a really short map. Not quite like my short, but still pretty dang short. Should be a pretty interesting one. I feel like, man, it's going to be wiped to pretty much be at their basket already. And with these teams, with the people up on stage right now, I know they're going to be pushing. They're going to be at the juggler, bro, immediately. It'll be on site, bro, for real.
We're using the verbiage of the kids.
Oh, yeah, the kids, bro. That's me. That's me, the kids, bro.
I'm 19. I'm not.
I know, boomer alert over here. Look at this.
Oh, I'm old.
I feel ancient, dude. It is so hard. I'm a school teacher, by the way. It is so hard to explain to my coworkers who are much older than me. I'm like, yeah, the esports age out is like 30. Hey, shout outs to all the over 30 people like Rose, people like Popgun, people like Lily, people like, I'm sure there's other people I forgot. Man, you can still make it happen, you know. I feel like you know, I'm not quite 30 yet. I'm like 26, but I feel like us, I'm going to say aging gamers on that one. We still got some fight in us. I know that most of the people, especially on Xpresso side, are Zoomers, but whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, man, we still got fight in us. We still got fight.
Hey, yes. Shout out to everyone who can relate to those retirement ads on TV. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey, 30-year-olds and above. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
That's like the Club Penguin area, bro. Like you got 18 and above.
18 and over.
That's me, baby.
No. Now, see, here's the thing. I'm a Zoomer, so that means I have never seen a VHS tape before. I've never seen Laserdisc before. I don't know.
Laserdisc. Don't even, bro. Hush up, man.
I've never seen. I don't know how to use those like those like rotary dial phones.
Okay,
so
Nito, what was your first game console? That'll tell me a lot about how old you are.
the Game Boy Color.
Woo! See, mine. Okay, my parents got me Sega Genesis, which really was the GameCube. So that was mine. And then I had like a PS2 and Xbox 360. Ask your friends, those of you in the at home or in the audience, like. No, even 2 years apart, bro, their first gaming experience, if it's either a GameCube or like an N64, huge difference in what games you played. Now, I didn't have an N64. I had a GameCube.
Look, here's the thing about my family. We weren't retro. We're just broke.
I do, for real. That's the struggle. That's the struggle, bro. That's the struggle out here for us.
Look, I was on that Super Nintendo. I played Super Mario World, or Super Mario Kart. Then I played, we had like a little, I don't even know if it was a real Genesis. It was like a little plug-and-play thing where it was just like,
I hate those.
All we had was Street Fighter 2 and Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins, a game I always hated because I could not beat it because of how difficult it was. I couldn't get past the first level. That may have been due to me crouching the entire time. But you know who can get a few wins on the board? These two teams heading into the round 3 of Wave D pools. Dragonfruit in the yellow and Xpresso plus Storm in the blue. Yes, purple.
I see we don't know what colors here, but you can hear the crowd. The crowd wants the hype. They know. They know this is a hype set right now. Bro, you have, again, Fusion on the blaster. Another blaster player in the building. Hope on the splash. We got a Splatoon Wiper, a heavy, versus double machine, double shooter, man. The classic. I feel like these are the clash of the two Titans. We have like kind of more of an offside, kind of like out of left field kind of pick, bro. You see one of the Storm question marks going down there from Lux. Lux, a phenomenal backline player. I don't know if they're necessarily on a team, but they do play a lot of lanes, a lot of pickups. You see them kind of holding down, and you see the Clam advantage go to early to Dragonfruit with Marsh in the trenches right now, trying to look for a couple picks.
Right, and Marsh, especially with the weapon they're running, you got a lot of opportunities here to get yourself into the trenches. And that stamp, as I say that, the stamp's going to start to come out. Make a bit of a throw there, trying to get the Booyah out. They're able to get the Clam in at the very least. But Fusion there, taking a fight of their own, doesn't quite get the win there. It's all up to Hope to back up there. Save the Crab, because we all know how good Crab can be in this game. So it's going to be up to Xpresso plus Storm, which you mentioned the comp earlier. That's one of the comps you're going to be seeing a lot, especially if this is your first time watching competitive Splatoon, as Tuster and Arito there trying to work on that one player on the right side. Storm there, able to clean it up fairly quickly. Xpresso plus Storm making a wipe and making a quick statement as they head towards the basket and into their first push.
Hey, not everyone's been on cons with Pincher, bro, but Pincher gets hype. I know the boys on Xpresso are yelling in the VC right now after that wipe, and that's going to be a push to 59. It's going to be the lead. Hey, really important number, though, to get past 59. That means they're going to have to get more than 2 power clams in to try to get the lead there. You see Pincher right here fighting for their life, trying to go up against Lux. They need some backup. Where's the rest of the team as they go down there? But, man, explosive start. This has been already a lot more back and forth than some of the sets we've seen already on the stream today. As I say that, though, Lux could potentially go down to one of the machine players here. You see all of the members of Xpresso looking menacingly right in front of them. Lux being unfazed and just trying to hold his left side as you see one of the wipers go down.
And Pitcher now trying to get some paint on the board if they can prepare for the push that Dragonfruit might be setting up here. Marsh there trying to throw a few torpedoes, trying to make sure they keep the enemies at bay, especially Pincher now, who's out of the Crab and into the splash mode yet again. The 52 gal goes down. 2 players going down. It's all up to Marsh to take care of Arito at the right side. They get the wipeout, and it's all up to Dragonfruit now to get themselves back onto the board. Currently an 80 remaining, but this could change as soon as in a few seconds, actually.
Yeah, I got to give it up to Dragonfruit. They are unfazed by the hooting and hollering coming from the other side. Going to take the lead back by a meager 1 point. We've seen the power of 1 point so far today. And again, one of the cool things about, I'm a wiper player myself, man. Marsh wisely knowing that I'm going to pop stamp and die. I'm going to back up and actually get the kill there, staying alive for the actual final push. Fusion going to dump a few more clams in, and just in the blink of an eye, we are down to 16. I mean, that is a big number, but still, man, it is Mako clams. You never can count the other team out. Unless they get a knockout here, in which case I think they'll be out, Nino. I got to tell you. And Marsh has just enough, and that's going to be it.
Wow, my goodness. Talk about a knockout. And you talk about knockout, and ye shall receive. Marsh there going very slippery there around the left side. And what they noticed, I believe what they noticed while they were playing that game, is that Dragonfruit was actually sending 2 people, 1 person on the right side. Xpresso responds with a 2v1, making sure they can keep the advantage to their own there. But as a response, Marsh, with the few clams they need to get the checkpoint, able to go around the side there and get the points they need to KO the game fairly quickly.
We love you, Pop Gub. That's quite the sign. Speaking of Pop Gun, I don't people that are watching this for the LTC. There's a guy who looks just like Cut Pop Gun, bro. Hey, speaking of looks, man, you guys can't see it. And I'm gonna try to look quietly, but man, the body language from people when they just lost. If you can look at it, man, like the people that won just look so much more comfortable. Man, look at Xpresso Storm. They're looking a little hurt. I mean, they got loud hooting and hollering, bro. I mean, it's a loud set, but hey, you gotta get the dub. And I feel like that's kind of where I mean, look at them. They just look again a little bit more put back in their place, man. They're loud people. They are proud of what they do, but sometimes, man, it's hard when that happens. And just like LTC last year with Kingmaker versus I think it was Alien Bronze's team. If those of you remember that, you gotta get the dub, man. It's not about the mid-game pop-up. It's about the game-winning pop-off and the set-winning pop-off, man. So hey, good stuff to Fusion, Lux, and the crew for getting it done, keeping it calm and collected on their side. Also, shout out to the I love you, we love you Pop Gub sign. All right, but man, look at that split prediction, Nino, at the bottom, bro. 53 to 47%. It is anyone's game still as we head into game number 2.
Right, and we're heading into game number 2. Actually, Fusion opting for the Tri Nouveau. I think what they've seen earlier is that Marsh is getting a lot of mileage there with the Wiper and how aggressive it is. So Fusion is going to try to back that up with their own Tacticaler and Xpresso plus Storm. What they're trying to do here, they actually pull out the Reflux 450, and what they can do with that is just pop a lot of missiles there and try to keep Dragonfruit at bay. Because again, Marsh is doing a lot of good jobs there with the Wiper. So what they're going to do is try to make sure they can keep them back or hold them back, as Pincher there having to roll away fairly slowly there, as the Crab is fairly slow. Actually, the Tri Nouveau managing to hang on and stay alive somehow as they back out, and it looks like control might be going towards Dragonfruit as Pincher gets taken out. That's a double for Dragonfruit as they make their moves in.
Hey, you know, some people call that part of the map suicide because, man, like just like Pincher was in, man, you cannot back up. There is no good way once you have the zone in front of you painted. Also, I got to give props to Aerito right now. That may look like an average reflux, bro, but Aerito has a mad bow hands. Gonna need them to try to break this this kind of lockout from the side of Dragonfruit as one of their members do go down. You see Fusion. Why is it like I talked about earlier, backing up from the zone, trying to make those people come to them. This is a ginormous map, so that they do have to clear a lot of space before they're even able to shoot at the zone. Missiles coming out, and Fusion wisely going to probably back up here, trying to keep missiles off the zone as best they can. And again, man, it is Xpresso Storm down to one person. I don't know if they're going to be able to respawn fast enough to get back to the zone. Fusion looking for any stragglers, as I think that's going to be gained to Dragonfruit. Absolutely,
and what I'm noticing from Fusion now is actually the fact that they're backing themselves up because they know with the Fizzy Bomb, they're able to do a lot of damage from far. So with the Tri Nouveau, even though the Tri Nouveau is a very close-range weapon, with the Fizzy Bomb, you're able to do a lot of damage from far. Just keep the opponents, and actually keep some paint on the board as well. So great job there by Fusion, knowing the weapon well. And so far, Dragonfruit looks like they have this in the bag. You can't count out Xpresso plus Storm just yet. I know I say that a lot, but we're still looking at two teams, or at least a roster from Xpresso plus Storm that is highly competitive. They just have to keep themselves in the game, as we see the Pop Gub sign highlighted.
Whoa, is that Angelic from Jelly Squids holding the Pop Gub sign and someone else holding, I think, a Mob Psycho 100 thing?
Yes, I forgot the name of that specific character. So if that
Isn't that Mob?
Probably Mob. Yes, my favorite part of Mob Psycho 100 is when Mob Psycho says, I'm going to 100 all over the place.
Oh, my God. Stop it.
And 100's all
Stop
over
it. You're
the
ruining
place.
the commentary. I hate you.
I'm just great at ruining commentary. That's why they brought me in.
Oh, my God, dude. Hey, only at LTC, man. Hey, shout out to Jelly Squid. There's some base individuals. Again, a pretty cool thing. I've never actually met Jelly Squid, even though I played them a million flipping times, bro. And shout out to the ever all-powerful Pop Gub, kind of on his, his tour of duty, ending here at LTC, man. With him and his wife, they're a little busy having, I think, a baby. So, I don't know how many. I don't know how many more Splatoons Pop got in here. His team is in
possibly
redemption.
A child.
But, hey, again, man, Fusion, the person of many weapons here, going to go Machine now. Hey, I played against Fusion Machine earlier, bro. That Machine's got hands. For real, bro. And then, again, the tried and true double Machine, double shooter, Xpresso trying to put themselves on the board here versus Dragonfruit. A lot of food teams here today.
And with Xpresso, you notice that Sturgeon Shipyard is one of the best places to play a slosher weapon. So double Machine was almost a given at this point. But Pincher there making good use of the snipe. that's going to be a popular place, especially for crabs and using that crab tank. So they get both of them get 1 pick off the board. However, Xpresso's able to recover that very quickly. They're going down to 97 remaining, a meager lead, but pitcher, they're working as best as they can to keep themselves alive. They know how valuable of a special the crab is, so that's why they're going to keep painting it up. And the crab comes out almost immediately as he gets it. So that Marsh and Lux are in a bit of trouble now. Marsh has to do whatever they can to just keep themselves at attack distance. Marsh now trying to look for an entrance as Hope is looking right above him. Has to jump out. Tuster opting to jump towards the middle there. Isn't quite able to actually gets picked on Marsh as they get themselves back into contention.
Hey, if you're wondering at home what that weird white outline is, if you never played with Haunt, Taisura was actually one of the first people I saw do it. Basically, when you pass away, until the other person that picked you is dead, you will be able to see them behind walls and stuff. You won't see them on the mini-map, but you'll see them behind walls. It's kind of similar to Thermal Ink in that regard. It looks the same way. Was not able to help Taisura, as again, huge thing from Marsh, going to be able to come up and clean up too, looking for a third here. Solo play by themselves. I feel like this never happens when I play Wiper. I feel like they just kill me immediately. So great stuff to Marsh, showing why they're up there and I'm over here. So, and again, man, Lux back on the tower looking to make a push.
Well, looks like OBC needs to change his name to Marsh. But, as I know, just getting themselves back into the game, Marsh is going to try to get themselves back into enemy territory there. Doing what they do best in disrupting the enemy defense. Tuster, they're having to back up because they have no other option but to do so because they see that little floor there being covered very quickly in orange paint. But as soon as I say that, it goes back to blue paint as Pincher taking control of the tower. They have at least 1 checkpoint to clear before they can challenge Dragonfruit for the lead. But it's working out pretty well for those. Erito and Tuster working fairly well to keep that Splatana Wiper down and actually get a splat on that Wiper.
Yeah, hey, good stuff too. Again, Xpresso plus Storm, they're able to get the 3 down on that. I wonder if there's a flank happening right now. I kind of saw Fusion on the other side. It doesn't matter. They're going to finally get past this first check as Marsh is kind of up by themselves. On this grade on the far right, and then it's going to be Marsh down. Hopefully, if I'm an Xpresso Storm fan, man, they can finally put something together, maybe take the lead here. They have 1 more point, and that is going to be lead for the first time since game 1 to Xpresso plus Storm. Looking like to maybe make a knockout. All they got to do is not stagger here, and I think that is exactly what's happened. Pincher popping the GG crab. I think that's going to be game. Nito.
And you called it. Game, set, and match for Xpresso plus Storm. That was looking like a fairly dominant push there once they got to the lead, and he looked even more dominant once they got 2 players down on the side of Xpresso plus Dragonfruit, yeah. And they got the picks down as well. They got the picks down, enabling them to just push up just a little further, making sure to keep someone on the tower, obviously.
And again, look at the body language. You guys didn't see it. There was a lot of pop-up from the side of Xpresso plus Storm. They are back in the game. Again, man, like, you can just see it on their face so well. That team, it just looks a little uncomfortable. Everyone's like, oh, you know, it's not all fun and games, bro. It wasn't a 3-0. And, man, Xpresso plus Storm's like, hey, we're back in it, baby. We can do this. We can maybe get the reverse sweep. I hope they do better than not only the Suns versus the Nuggets, but also the Warriors versus the Lakers, both sets for the basketball ending 4-2 for the former. But we want to see if this is going to truly go to a Game 5, or will we maybe just end it up on a Game 4 here. That's what they're saying. So, again, I feel like it's going to be an interesting adjustment. It was a little tough to see, but I feel like, man, Xpresso finally was able to figure it out, move back in as a unit, kind of shut down that silly stuff with the flanks on the side that the other team was doing to them, and finally, man, put their name on the board there and stay in the lead knockout. That's what you want to see on TC Sturgeon.
Well, not only did that comp work out so well for the map, it actually worked out to where they can keep their distance against a comp like Dragonfruit. And we're probably going to see the same thing come out from them again. Actually, Lux pulling out the ballpoint actually got a Rapid Blaster now. And they're going to keep the same comp, again, just to make sure to keep the range. But they have the ballpoint and the Rapid Blaster deco from the side of Dragonfruit, making sure they can keep the distance as well. Because, again, with the weapons they have, you can still get a lot of mileage just running that ballpoint.
Yeah, and hey, again, man, you cannot doubt Fusion's Rapid. They are one of the best blasters in the business, bro. It's funny, when I was talking about Skid, I was really also thinking about Fusion. As I said that, they do go down to Taiuster. Man, Taiuster's really got hands with that machine. Wisely seeing that is a super dead fight, and that is going to be, I think, early advantage going to, again, Xpresso plus Storm, kind of riding that wave of momentum. Going to go under the canopy. What a clutch play from Pitcher. And I think, man, if they can wait out this thing, they're going to fake it and go to the left. They need to get up before the Fusion blasts them, and unfortunately not going to be the case there as Storm seeing they got to back up. Going to pop that wall defensively and see if they can try to get pop here. Very unfortunate for them not to be able to get that first check.
And that's the good thing about keeping yourself under the canopy is that you can still move to the right or move to your right or move to your left, because when you're under that canopy, you're almost dead in the middle between those two checkpoints, keeping yourself at basically walking distance between both checkpoints. So wise move there by I believe a Storm or Pincher holding the Rainmaker. We'll find out when I watch the VOD and either correct myself or say I'm right and I'm better. But as I say that, Dragonfruit making their move, making their way back towards enemy territory. Storm there, able to clean up a few picks, make sure that push comes to nothing fairly quickly. They only get up to 90 points remaining. Lux there gets picked off. Marsh there gets picked off. Hope might get picked off as Storm makes their way back. Messes up on the wall, but they're going to make their way up regardless. Hope and Fusion have to back each other up as Pincher making themselves welcome in enemy territory, bringing them down to 24 remaining.
Absolutely ginormous quad coming out from the side of Storm saying, yeah, that's right, I am part of the team. Xpresso plus Storm in the building. But now, man, it is ball in the court for Dragonfruit. You see Marsh pushing up. They have Stamp ready, opting to pop it right in front of Storm, kind of the hero of this game so far. For the side of Xpresso, man, they are just cleaning up stuff. Going to probably start to push Fusion here. Going to look for a pick. Not going to find it, unfortunately, going down to the Rainmaker. Lux being a seasoned Rainmaker carrier on this one. Going to opt to do the same thing. Try to fake right, go left. Really great football plays. It's going to be checkpoint, and now we have a game. Viewers at home.
That's right. And both teams have cleared out the checkpoint, making it very easy for both teams to come back and make a push, the push that they need. But with the checkpoints out, there's nothing stopping you at this point. It's basically Splatoon 2 Rainmaker all over again. As Storm keeping the Rainmaker very cozy there, giving them some company. As Lux goes down to Storm's 52 gal. May we see another player go down to Storm's 52 gal. Marsh is coming in with the Stamper. Might put a stop to that Rampage, and it doesn't quite do enough as Storm backs up quite wisely there. Hope and Fusion trying to make that pop happen as Houston has to back up just a bit more as Dragonfruit gets ready for another push.
Yeah, man, I wish it was like Splatoon 2 still. Is that going to be a Booyah kill? They're fleeing, bro. Fusion's like, get me out of here. Well, I used to be able to see their KA mid-game, and I guarantee you Storm has got to be in the double digits already. If not, maybe getting close to 20, man. Because, look, he's lighting them up. And that's going to be light up and jump, get out of there. Going to save my life going into this last kind of back half of the game. Ty used to think of the same thing. He's like, man, we got a lead here. I don't want to lose it. In a silly way, because the one thing about Haggle Rainmaker, man, is once you get over that jump or up the ramp, it really is free points. I mean, they only kind of got to like the outside part of where Storm is standing right now for the other side of the map. And now Fusion's up on the thing. All they got to do is get past the lead, and they don't.
Oh, so close there. And it's not like they can get any closer. It's going to be fairly difficult for them to do so. Hope has to try to make something happen. Not quite enough as they get 3v1 fairly quickly there and have to reset the Rainmaker. But one thing I'm noticing from Xpresso plus Storm is that they're not actually playing as slow as you would expect, as we saw from the other teams. Even when they get pushed, even when Dragonfruit seems to have the advantage, you'll see Storm right here sharking, waiting for another push. Storm's not afraid to take those chances, take those odds, and it's paying off fairly quickly, very well for him. They get 2 picks off on Dragonfruit, and they have to wait for another opportunity to strike. Arito there against Lux. Lux in a bit of trouble. There has to back up just a bit more. 38 seconds remaining on the clock. Dragonfruit has to find a response fairly quickly. They have to find themselves back into the running. They don't have a lot of paint there, but then again, it's Xpresso. It's a team that can win a 1v1 and win it with ease. Tuster there going down. 3 players going down from Dragonfruit. This could be it for Dragonfruit.
Again, as someone that's played with these people before in some regard, the last thing you want to do is give them any wind in their sails. They are riding it as far as possible. Great teamwork around Stormy, and they're going to wisely back that up. That should be pretty much game set there for Xpresso plus Storm, and that is going to be a game number 5. Pincher doing the Rainmaker dance, bro. Talk to him, baby.
My goodness, Xpresso plus Storm. Proving that slowness isn't the key to everything. Slow and steady might win the race, but it won't win the set. As Xpresso plus Storm equaling it 2-2 as we head into Game 5. And just seeing the predictions from both sides, you kind of almost expected this. Just seeing how it was going to play out between both teams. Both teams, I believe, both equally skilled here. So no surprises so far from my end.
Yeah, man. Like I know we are doing well on Xpresso plus Storm. They brought it to a Game 5. That is more than most people can do against a team as stacked as the one of Dragonfruit. But again, they do need to clear it out. The one thing about going up 2-0 is you are able to have, again, 3 games in a row where you can put it away yourself. And again, look, they are not broken on that team. Fusion and everyone else are staying very calm and collected. They know they can do this. They got to make some minor corrections. And honestly, looking at that game, 24-27, had Fusion gone another way, that definitely would have been game. Potential lead for them. I don't know had Xpresso plus Pincher been able to do that after that. But again, they are down but not out. This is a hype set Game 5. But you cannot count Dragonfruit out now, even though they just lost 2 games in a row.
Right, you notice it, especially them keeping it cool and collected, just making sure they keep that patience with them, because the way Xpresso plus Storm has been playing so far is that they're not afraid to make the pushes they need. They're not afraid to shark and wait for a pick, even if it looks like there is a ton of enemy in front of them. With the way Dragonfruit is looking right now, it's essentially the same way they have to play as well. Just make sure they're keeping it patient and make sure they're keeping it calm and collected against the opposing team. As we see Game 5 starting to come out, it's going to be a really exciting one coming up for y'all, as both teams are tied and one team's going to be going to the top 16. One team is going to be going down. It's going to be heading towards the redemption bracket, as we see Dragonfruit in the light blue and Xpresso plus Storm in the magenta.
Yeah, man, you guys don't know it at home, but this is for top 16. Winner of this game does not really have to play tomorrow until top 16. That is a lot of rest time. I know both teams are fiending after that start. And you see, man, Dragonfruit again kind of starting on the back foot as 2 members go down. Make that 3 members. This is exactly what you don't want to happen if you're Dragonfruit right now, especially versus a team as loud and as proud as Xpresso plus Storm. They're going to open the basket. It's going to be 60 immediately in the first 30 seconds. Nito!
And this is the same thing I've been looking at the whole match. Naruto, look at how far up Naruto pushes before jumping out. Again, this team isn't afraid. They have no fear. They're just going to rush in and say, hey, you're going to take this or you're not. And as I say that, they're able to take a pick on the sloshing machine. They have a 2v1 situation. But Storm, they're coming from the right side, able to support Tuesday there before it gets any uglier for them. Both teams going 2 down now. Pincher there has to find a quick escape route because they have to. Oh, they have the power climb. They were able to get themselves. They weren't able to get the power climb out just in time as Lux and Marsh making their way into enemy territory.
Hey, I got to tell you, bro, that was clean from Lux. That was such a clean just turn and just beam Tony right there, man. Like, that is bananas. I got to give it up to Lux for that one in particular play. And now, look, ball's in the other court, man. Dragonfruit pushing in. Marsh going to get a pick there. Almost like another pick on Pincher. Where is the team with the clams, though? It seems like everyone's pretty far behind. This might be a lead change. Even after that completely dominant start, I'm going to say that it's just about definitely going to be a lead change. And, man, now all that hooting and hollering, man, look, man, they have calmed down. They're like, we need to tighten up, get this stuff away from us. That's what they're doing, man. Can they not choke is the name of the game. And, again, just like the rest of the set's been in Game 5, and, again, very, very tight lead coming from Dragonfruit. Good stuff to them.
Oh, Lux there within a dangerous position. But Fusion there wisely choosing to back up Lux as Lux makes a backup of their own. As Lux there, they almost makes a pick on Storm. Storm, they're sitting pretty until they're picked off by Hope in the crab tank. They might be looking towards a push towards the right side, but Pincher and Naruto both trying to back themselves up as Pincher uses the crab tank, try to keep some paint there for Xpresso plus Storm. As Dragonfruit currently has a hold of the lead, but Dragonfruit specials are quickly coming online. But as I say that, 1 player goes down, 2 go down. Xpresso plus Storm might be looking at an advantage here. I think 1 player down. They're both of them are trading blows. It's like a boxing match here.
Yeah, I feel like it's completely reversed now. Even though they were able to not necessarily get a push off, man, Dragonfruit is still able to hold them a minute. And, again, they are in the lead, so they can't afford to burn a little bit of time on the clock. I feel like right now, man, the picks are not lining up for the side of Xpresso plus Storm. That's going to be another wipe on the side of Dragonfruit. Man, they really got to pull something together pretty soon here. We got 2 minutes left. Can Xpresso plus Storm figure it out, or will this be the end of the set right here?
They're backing each other up. They noticed what Xpresso plus Storm's doing. They said, okay, if you're not afraid, then we're not afraid to back each other up either. They just had to play together. They just had to play a bit more cohesively. So that's what they're doing, and that's what they're getting. That's where they're getting that success now. Fusion now has to back up, make sure they can at least try to support. I believe it's Hope on the other side now. Hope and Fusion both looking towards the rights or their own left side there. Storm there having that backup booyah there coming from Xpresso plus Storm as they're able to get a few more power clams. They get the power clam in. Could they get the lead from here? They get a few more clams on the board. They got a few more clams ready as well. Fusion there, and Marsh coming from behind. Storm left to back up on their own, and they only get to 31 remaining. And that's the kind of coordination I've been seeing so far from Dragonfruit that just might get them the set win and avoid a reverse sweep.
Hey, folks, this is a get set, man. As soon as that person jumped out, camera pan over, 2 power clams, and that is going to be the set for Dragonfruit. Amazing pushback into lead. Going to hush up the boys on the side of Xpresso plus Storm. Talk to them, Dragonfruit. That's right. They said there will be no reverse sweep. There will be no reverse sweep.
Oh man, wow. Talk about an in-game adjustment. And, man, those type of in-game adjustments, in-set adjustments, win games. And you're noticing it here.
That's right. Thumbs up, baby.
That's right, Marsh. Thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to the camera. Doing very well there. But, again, both teams, or at least Dragonfruit, they're opting to go for the 2v1s. Make sure they back each other up because they know Xpresso isn't afraid to make those pushes. So we said, hey, you're not afraid. We're not afraid to back each other up. We're going to see if you're afraid then. And Xpresso plus Storm just didn't have the response to it that they needed. Hey,
man, I mean, I want to say that Dragonfruit was seeded to win that, and they are showing that. You can push us to a game 5. You can push us. You can get the basket open in the first 30 seconds, get 2 power clams in. We will come back, and we will win every single time, showing why they are the level that they are, why they are the seed they are. So we will be seeing Dragonfruit in the top 16. No redemption. Again, man, I know. Xpresso plus Storm is hurt by that. They do have redemption. They will play tomorrow. I know that's not where they want to be, but I know they have what it takes to get their fusion, fist bumping all around, man. That is a clean set. Stuff that you only get to see at LANs, y'all, with the hype, the voices, the crowd, the teams fist bumping. I'm telling you, man, this is exactly what me and Nito live for. That was such a good set. I'm glad I had the pleasure of commentating that, y'all. And I still think we have even more to get through, y'all. So.
Absolutely. And one thing you mentioned about Xpresso plus Storm is that redemption bracket still has an opportunity to put them into the top 16. So they still have the opportunity to get to the same place where Dragonfruit is currently. So it's not over for Xpresso plus Storm, who, if they can make the same in-game adjustments as Dragonfruit has, and maybe even play with the same playstyle that they've been playing, save a few adjustments, that'll be enough to get Xpresso plus Storm back in the running.
Yeah, exactly, man. And again, that is not a performance to be sad about. I know they're sad. I just looked at them walking off the stage. I know they wanted to be in top 16, but, man, they got as physically close as possible getting to that game 5. And they did their best. I mean, that was a solid game all the way to the very end. So that is nothing to be upset about. I know that it's tough. Just so you know, the people that do drop into redemption, myself included, we have basically it's a round robin with 3 teams. 3 or 4 teams. Again, winner that, I can't remember exactly the split for, but they get to go to top 16. So, but hey, good stuff to Fusion's team keeping it together, man. That takes some fortitude, especially from losing immediately to dominating and just knocking out, man. That's crazy. That is some good Splatoon, Nito.
That was a near reverse sweep for Xpresso plus Storms, and that was fairly close there. They actually got 2-2. We saw that Game 5 was going to be a close one, and I knew Game 5 was going to be a close one just by the way both teams were playing there. But Dragonfruit, again, making that mid-game adjustment, mid-set adjustment to make sure they can get the opportunities they need. And currently, to the left, to the right of me is the live OBT reaction. There we go.
Literally, bro, I was like, I cannot believe that. And I mean, that's the cut of a good player, man. When you are able to get pushed like that, make that adjustment, and come back and win. I feel like that's what so many teams are really missing. It's not just winning. Can you win? Can you come back? Can you lose? It's can you go from losing 2 games in a row, almost a third, to reverse knocking out, bro. And again, I think that just shows how, again, volatile Xpresso's play style is. I feel like there is such a, we are kicking butt when we're winning, and we're just playing bad when we're losing, man. And maybe that's just because they're young and they're inexperienced. They're a much younger team than Dragonfruit was. But I feel like that is definitely kind of their Achilles heel right now. Just because I watched Xpresso just offhand, I feel like they don't quite have that, again, the finesse, the experience to make a huge mid-set adjustment. I think they're good. I mean, they're like super good. I think that's probably one of the closest of that round, again, to see who gets to top 16 versus redemption that we've seen today. But, man, they almost had it. Again, that's why you go to these teams. And even people like that, it still shows they have stuff to learn, man. They got stuff to work on.
For sure.
So I know they're mad about that. But if you're watching this back, first of all, Tony Fixture Drip, oh, my God, what are the clownfish basics, bro? Come on. But also, man, just know, man, you guys had that. There's stuff to be watched there. I encourage you to watch that back. Please make that adjustment. And, hey, maybe you'll take him in top 16. You never know when you get that run back, man. Never know.
Absolutely. And stay up next, we've got the Silver Redemption bracket coming towards y'all. That's going to be Silver bracket trying to make their way into the Redemption bracket.
No. Okay, first of all, I think there's still stuff in our pool. I could be wrong about that. I think there's another pool. I don't know what Magic just said. Obviously, we're over here.
Bunch of words.
But, man, with Silver, the way Silver works is that there's kind of like – there's effectively 2 brackets. There's, like, pools to Silver. Silver being that lower bracket. Last year was called Bronze. If you were at LCC last year,
yes.
I competed in that bracket. I get it. Basically, that means you are not eligible to go back into the main bracket or top cut. And so either any team that went less than 2-1, so 0-2 basically, are in that bracket. And that's a lot of the collegiate teams, a lot of the low-level teams that are here. Again, shout-outs to them for even showing up to these events. They're going to be in Silver. So Silver, unfortunately, is not going to be streamed anymore. You will not see those teams that are making it to Silver. We're really fortunate we even have a Silver bracket. I think that's, again, what makes LTC such a unique event, having multiple day brackets. But basically, Silver is going to go to its own bracket. It's going to be round-robin, pools 1 and 2 today, and then finals at the beginning part of tomorrow. So, hey, right. I think that was actually our last set. So, Nito, where can the people find you?
This little thing at the yeah, wait. There we go. Nito Unused on Twitter. Nito Splat on Twitch in the rare instance that I do actually stream. And you can find me grabbing some water because I'm really thirsty.
Bro, for real.
Like, I already finished this whole, like...
I knocked over my water, so I didn't have any.
This looks like a NyQuil cup.
I am OBT. You can find me here at Obese Tyrese. That's what OBT is short for. You can find me at Twitch. I stream occasionally at Obese Tyrese. Also, I play for Secret Elixir. You'll see us probably in Lowy next week. So, again, it has been a blast, Nito, to reconnect with you and commentate these amazing sets.
Absolutely.
So, hey, from all of us here at the commentary desk, it has been great. I will see you all on the flip side.
Yep.
See you later.
But don't change the channel. We'll be right back with some more